what's going on? Welcome back to WrenchHeadsTuning. It's been a while, so obviously work, just finished up the football season coaching, so I got a part where I'm going to be installing today. It is a tail tidy to get rid of this massive rear fender off the GSX 8R. Since the last time I was here, I did have a couple kind of, cosmetic things installed, which I have posted on the Instagram page, and I made a couple of quick shorts or reels about them. I will go over that in a little while after we get done installing the
A few moments later.
tail tighten. So first things first, so I don't waste up too much time. We're gonna have to take off the rear pillion or passenger seat. You are gonna need a 8mm socket. Need some flathead screwdrivers. We're gonna need a like a straight pin or a small headed screwdriver so that we can take care of some of the push pins. The product that I decided to go with was, it is a Ziotomer tail tidy. So basically what this does, it is a black powder coated piece that comes with everything is molded to one piece, and it comes with the pre-drilled holes, and it is able to sit up into the area that the fender bolts up into. So basically it is a direct replacement, and it'll allow me to keep the OEM deflectors, signals, and mounting bracket, so that I don't have to go and spend like $100, $200, or $300 for an aftermarket mounting system that is going to force me to spend another $200 to $500 on LED turn signals, having to take a whole bunch of stuff apart to be able to put in a diode compensator for the LEDs, yada 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 yada. Okay. If that's something that you guys would like to do, TST Industries, Revzilla, they make parts that you can go and do that if you would rather go like the $500 to $700 route. Me personally, I just want to get this going while maintaining factory function of my brake lights, signaling, things like that, just to kind of tighten this up a little bit. This kit does come with the main bracket that I showed you. It also comes with the main brake light, which will also illuminate your license plate. And then it comes with 3 bullet connectors. So you got your ground, you got the positive, you got your ground, neutral, and hot. Also comes with some stickers, 5 horsepower per sticker, as per usual. You got some zip ties in here. You got some heat shrink tubing to protect your connections. Got some mounting hardware and a gasket where you would be routing your wiring up into the rear part of the fender. It has your installation instructions, which we will be following. And then you got your nice little keychain accessory, little gift. So this will be going onto the spare set of motorcycle keys. So first things first, we're going to disconnect the rear fender from the bike, and we're going to get going on the installation. So I already took off the rear seat. That's already gone. I got 4 8mm screws that are tucked away. Don't judge my Mickey Mouse because I'm getting old. I need help. Now that's loose. So the only other thing that we do have to do is there is a connection back here inside the bike that we need to break loose. I'm going to pull you guys around real quick so you can see that. So this red wire, this red connector can come off. All right, you just bend this little tab back in the middle, bend it back gently and it'll come out the way. Then we got 1, 2, 3 push pins to take this flap off. And I already had one run away on me. Okay. There's one. Put that in my pocket. 2. Now, you can just bend this up. And then you can see where the connectors are. There's one red, one black, and one white connectors. Okay. This one wants to fight me a little bit, so let me see if I can get her out. There you go. So a little bit of pressure, and there we have it. She is out. Okay, so once we get the rear fender sections taken apart, there's going to be an extra cord. That cord goes to your license plate light, this clear one right here. So that will disconnect right here. Okay, so what we're going to be keeping out of this is we're going to keep this section right here with the weather boot. So this section is a complete different part number. This is the section that we're going to be keeping. All right, so a little bit of an update. So the holes that are made for the OEM turn signals to fit into, these are too tight. So here's the one that I haven't drilled out yet. That is too tight. I initially thought that it was because of the powder coating and it added some thickness. That's not it. It's just about 0.5 millimeter or so too small. So it says it measures about 10 millimeters. It's actually like 11.1. So I measured it with my dial indicator, and not my dial, my whatever. I measured it, and you have to open it out to almost like 11.8 millimeters. So basically 12. So now I'll show you with this one. So that little support grommet right back there goes into the back. It'll be facing forward, and then it sits in nice and tight. You do have a little bit of flexibility to aim it up and down, and then you have this silver grommet that will go onto the screw portion that will help to align it up, and then there you go. So I'm going to do the other side. So if you're looking at it, right, it's the back hole forward closest towards the bike is the one that you're going to drill out. So I'm going to do that, and I'll be right back. All right, so I got the tail tidy installed, and I have the turn signals wired up. So let me show you. So power the bike on. So we got right blinker, stop, and then left blinker. So now the next step. Is going to be getting this mid harness from the original fender wired up. Oh, there goes my weather thing. I'm gonna hold on to that. So what I was able to do was I was able to extract from the original harness the pins. So I'm going to separate these pins so I don't have to strip the wires anymore. And I'm going to use some of my automotive wire repair hardware to make a more compatible connection to the OEM, to the new aftermarket taillight. All right, let me lower you down and bring you in to show what I got. All right, so right now, I'm not sure if that looks too bright or not. Let's try hitting the brake light. All right, so we're good. So that's on and running. All right, let me try the rear brake. All right. So the wiring pattern is going to be gray will go to green, white with a black stripe will go to red, and black with a white stripe will go to black. So I'll bring you in for a little bit closer look on that. So this is how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to separate these pins, and then I'm going to apply the heat shrink to this, so this stays protected just like that. That should be good enough where I don't have to cut and splice any wires. Hope you guys can see that. Yeah, this zoom is kind of trashy. I'll take a better picture with my phone so you guys can see it. But like I said, all I did was I took a little pick. So I took a little pick, and just inside of this, there are little tabs, and those little tabs will, as you pry them away from the metal connector, will allow you to pull the cords out the backside. All right. So we're all set up. Heat shrink is cooled off and set. So now with the included zip ties that were sent in the kit, I am going to just zip tie this nest together so that I can start closing this stuff up. Zip ties are pretty small, fragile. I just need to make sure I leave myself some space. Yeah, that should be good. Okay, so, and that's pretty much it, guys. So, let me wrap this up, and then I'll give you my thoughts and let you know what else I've done to the bike in a few minutes. All right, guys, so I'm all done. The bike's all buttoned up. I think that looks a lot better without having that massive tail, that whale tail on the back. Gives it a much sleeker look. Let me walk around and show you what other things I've done to the bike since I've had it. I know I've kind of only posted a few things here and there on Instagram and a couple of quick shorts on YouTube. But yeah, let's do it. So first and foremost, as you guys just saw, I did the tail tidy. So this is the cheapest tail tidy available. It came to like $50 after tax off of Amazon. They sell the same things on eBay. They have one with a red tail light as well. I went for the one with the smoke because it had, let's be honest, an additional sail to it. And I thought it looked pretty good. Kind of sleek, very discreet look to it. But then it wasn't the $250 to $300 sets that can quickly blow out of proportion by having to get, you know, an aftermarket LED synchronizer, yada, yada, yada. So I also have done the swing arm spools, which you guys would have seen as I posted on Instagram. Very easy install. Like I think it was like a 12 millimeter Allen head. The top pops off and then you just thread it right onto the pre-drilled port, both sides, which allows me obviously to use the spool arm for my motorcycle stands. One of the first things I did was the tank pad grips on the side. I got these from Amazon as well. They definitely helped keep me from sliding back and forth on the bike, especially during hard braking or cornering. I wound up getting the top tank. I had a different one, but it started fading and yellowing because of the sun. So I wound up going with this one. It was a little bit awkward to put on because the adhesive was separate from the pad. So I had to line it up on the pad first and then put the pad onto the tank. So that was a little weird, but at the end of the day, the texture and the look matched. So I'm happy about that. I most recently swapped out my OEM levers. I got these off of Amazon as well. They are adjustable, so I can adjust the tension 1 through 6. They also flip up, so in the event I lay the bike down, which hopefully I never do, these will less likely break because they'll flip up. And then I can also adjust them to slide in or out further. I kind of like where they're at right now, seeing as normally my hands are on the very outside of the handlebar. It allows me to use 1 or 2 fingers. Okay. Little personal touch. I want to go in with the scraping off the Suzuki stickers and went and put on the little Batman logos. If you guys have seen, I have a Joker helmet, so I think that was just kind of a nice offset. I still got the normal 8R and the Suzuki down at the bottom. I didn't go too crazy scraping everything off because, as you can tell, I got a little too rough with it at some point and I wound up scratching some of the paint. But whatever, more than likely going to be my forever bike, and if not, you know, it's going to be several years before I get rid of it. So a few scratches here and there ain't going to be no big deal. I also wind up getting a different master cylinder cover. This one is the aluminum style. The one issue with this was that this plate pushes the fluid a little bit, so it compresses the master cylinder a little bit more fluid wise. So I actually think the brake pressure has helped a little bit. But obviously, once things heat up and you start doing a lot of heavy braking, you still feel a little bit of brake fade on the rear brakes. Anything else? Yeah, I haven't done anything else to it. The only issue that I had with the bike was my display. The first display blew. It was like 100 and something degrees that day. And the The bike ran perfectly fine. It just blew. I wound up having it replaced by the dealer. No problem since. Okay, so I'm at about 1,200 miles on the bike, give or take. So the next service is due like 2,000. I am going to be taking the bike in to the dealer for most of its services, just simply because for that first year, it is a first gen bike. I want to make sure if anything weird comes up that they catch it on their dime. So I mean, so right now that's pretty much about it with the bike. Sorry about the echo because I am in the garage. It's windy outside. But I do have plans for doing an exhaust. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put up a poll on my YouTube page and maybe the Instagram as well. I'm not sure. But I'm gonna put up a poll. There are a couple of exhausts that I'm looking at. I'm not 100% sure which route I want to go, but the exhausts for this bike are very, very expensive. I want to say probably about the cheapest one I saw was probably about $600, and the most expensive one is like $1,500. So, and that's still without like shipping or taxes. So, because the way they set this up, the way a lot of manufacturers setting up bikes nowadays, instead of it being a multi-piece exhaust where you can just add a slip on in the back end, it's a full system exhaust. So, but I'm gonna leave that one off here because it's getting kind of long. Thanks for visiting. Thanks for coming back. Don't forget to like and subscribe on the channel. You can follow on Instagram and TikTok, which are all down in the description. I will be posting where I got these products from on eBay. And as always, Wrench Daily.